Alors, dans la façon qu'on enseigne nos cours and the way that we do things here, our objective is always to integrate. See the best practices that exist around the world, around the different types of practices, exercises, so on and so forth, and we want to build it in, create it in a way that whatever is good, we just make sure that we apply it and, of course, integrate it to our own practice. L'objectif, c'est de s'assurer que les exercices qu'on intègre sont applicables à notre conditionnement au niveau combatif. So everything that we do is so that we can apply it to our combative training. Today, we're going to do yoga, but it is a different type of yoga. It's a yoga where we always have that combative goal behind our minds. When we look at yoga, yoga is basically focused on postures and keeping postures. Alors, généralement, en yoga, on veut toujours avoir des postures, arriver dans une posture, mais rester dans une posture, maintenir dans la posture, puis obtenir un état d'équilibre dans la posture. Généralement, ce sont toujours des postures qui sont relativement difficiles à maintenir, so they're always meant to strengthen the body, strengthen the mind, and they have this purpose where, with your breath, which we call the Ujjayi breath, with the breath you achieve greater peacefulness, calmness, stability within yourself as you're doing the posture. When we go into combative training, we realize that it is absolutely not applicable for us. Evidently, as we grapple, as we train, whether we do stand-up work or ground work, we need to move, we need to constantly flow. Et on ne peut pas toujours, on ne peut pas maintenir une respiration qui est aussi, je dirais, contractée que la respiration Ujjayi. Ujjayi breath has a certain contraction within the throat, and it is meant to allow us to be more internal as we do the work. In our case, we expand a lot. We cannot have that type of contraction. But it's important to know the differences. It's not a question of good or bad, it's just a question of different. If you want to do pure yoga, the Ujjayi breath is fantastic to be able to maintain those postures. Mais dans le cas du conditionnement pour le combat, c'est pas du tout applicable. Alors, on est en train de faire un peu l'équilibre entre les deux. On prend les postures du yoga, qui pour nous apportent un défi ou un stress additionnel dans le type de conditionnement qu'on fait. Et on ajoute à ça, évidemment, la façon de respirer. So, when we talk about breathing, just so that we know the difference between Ujjayi breath and what we do in Sistema breathing, just to experiment, have a good sitting position, and we're just going to start to experiment with the Ujjayi breath. Alors, la respiration Ujjayi, c'est une respiration qui est nasale. It's always in through the nose and out through the nose as well, which is kind of reverse to Sistema, which is in through the nose and out through the mouth. La respiration Ujjayi, c'est une respiration qui est plus au niveau du cou. Alors, ce qu'on veut sentir, c'est une légère contraction. There's a slight contraction in the neck, where we want to feel a bit of a tightening of the throat. There is no noise in Ujjayi breath, and it's not rash. Donc, c'est pas quelque chose qui est dur sur la gorge, c'est juste quelque chose qui est un peu plus contracté. And when we do that kind of contraction in the throat, so you can begin in through the nose and out through the mouth to begin to get that contraction. But with time, what you want is to get in through the nose and out through the nose. Puis ce que vous allez remarquer, c'est que ça amène une certaine contraction au niveau de la gorge, mais ça amène une certaine stabilité au niveau du corps, which of course suits its purpose. If, however, we want to move constantly, this goes against everything that we want to do. So now we're going to train in through the nose, out through the mouth. And make sure now that you're relaxing the throat. So this is another thing. On a l'habitude de beaucoup travailler avec la gorge. So we work a lot with the throat without even knowing that we're breathing through the throat. We don't even need to practice yoga to have that contraction in the throat. So now practice inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. But now see how you can relax the throat and allow the breath to come from the abdomen instead of coming from the throat. So clearly, of course, we're not breathing from the abdomen, and all of the air is in the lungs, we know this. But when we visualize the breath from the abdomen versus the throat, the work is different. And it grounds us more in the work. Alors on inspire par le nez, et on expire. Alors, l'autre concept dans la respiration au niveau du combat Sistema, c'est qu'on veut avoir une inspiration longue quand on peut, so we want to have a long inhale when we can, or a long breath when we can, and burst breathing when we need. So short breathing when we need. Alors c'est une longue expiration quand on peut, une courte respiration quand on a besoin. So through our class today, at any point, the postures will be challenging, the motions will be challenging. Please do prevail yourselves of that type of breathing because this is what we train. This is how we train. The basics of inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth are as such. We want to inhale through the nose because we want to minimize the amount of air that we inhale. Oftentimes when we do hyperventilation, we have a tendency to breathe through the mouth and we take in much too much oxygen in comparison to the carbon dioxide. Alors on veut toujours maintenir un équilibre entre l'oxygène puis le dioxyde de carbone. À partir du moment où on respire par le nez, on s'assure qu'on inspire seulement un minimum d'air. Exhaling through the mouth allows us to expand or extend a maximum amount of air in the shortest amount of time. Alors, it is excellent for burst breathing when we say, I need to catch my breath. Burst breathing allows us to kind of step forward to our breath and get back to our breath, allowing ourselves to get back to long breathing. The idea in the end is always to calm the mind, to calm the psyche, and to avoid getting into the reptilian brain. So even though today is a yoga class, it is integrated into Systema. So please keep these concepts in mind as you're doing the work. The challenge is both physical, psychological. The idea is to calm the mind, to calm the psyche. If you are stressed out during this type of exercise, what will it be when you're in the street? So the idea is to use this kind of workout to be able to calm ourselves and to calm our